Giannis is staying on the Bucks through the deadline after probably months and
Felt like an
months
eternity.
of different pundits saying that he was going to leave. So, Evan, were you surprised about that?
I wasn't surprised that they didn't trade him. I think I was more surprised at the response that Giannis had, like with his social media posts. I think that one kind of surprised me a little more, just because that deems it more of like I'm staying, not like, oh, I didn't get traded now, I don't say anything, which means most likely it's going to happen over the summer. But no, I wasn't surprised that the non-deadline trade. I feel like if it would have happened, it would have not have been such a late thing into the deadline, or like if it's a day before, it's like I really don't think they're going to end up pulling the trigger on it. But yeah, no, it was more of his response that kind of shocked me the most, in a positive way, obviously. But I think that was the biggest thing about it, just because you really didn't hear anything about it, or anything from him throughout that time. And he finally speaks out when, like, post trade deadline, I guess, with his Instagram post with the Wolf of Wall Street quote.
I wasn't surprised because I kind of knew throughout there were no teams that had enough to get him.
Mm-hmm.
Because you heard different teams. You heard the Timberwolves
Yep.
and you heard the Heat were probably the most serious contenders. And I just don't think that either team just had enough assets to get him. It was looking more and more like Minnesota, but the Bucks are like, all right, well then give us like Jane McDaniels and then several draft picks. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
think Minnesota was like, I don't think they were willing to meet that. And I've said all along about the Miami Heat, they hold a death grip on their young assets. They do not give up any young assets, because you've seen for years that, with the Damian Lillard trade, rumors,
Mm-hmm.
it was, well, we'll give up like Tyler Hero, and everybody else is just like, no,
It's always Tyler Hero.
always Tyler Hero. And look, I would have been intrigued if they would have given up somebody like Khalil Ware, but I still think they're high on him. And I mean, again, Giannis probably threw some teams out there that he would like to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Reportedly the Raptors were in there, but the Raptors were like, okay, well, we're not giving up Scotty Barnes or Brandon Ingram, so that was already a non-starter. The Warriors, I mean, realistically, did I expect them to trade for Draymond Green and some draft picks or Pudzinski? No, that didn't make them. There just weren't any deals that involved like any impactful players that I think any Bucks fan would have been comfortable with.